Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading back with another evidentiary video of how they're messing with my camera. Check out my little birdies. Look like they're flying in the air here. They're just sitting on this piece of paper. This index card, hand painted. It's adorable, by Mary King. I purchased it on eBay. But it looks like the birds are fading in and out because the criminals are playing with my phone. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. It's 90 degrees here, and I don't feel like doing a damn thing outside yet. I'm going to wait for the sun to turn and then go cut some more tree branches and stuff. But thank you, everybody, for your questions and comments and emails and stuff. There's one video that I posted a few months ago. It's a video from Andrew Boswell back from 2019, and it's the gang stalking tactics of targeted individuals. Police are complicit in harassment. Andrew Boswell. And it's got 548 thumbs up, and people are really interested in this particular video and leaving a lot of comments. Like, there are almost 500 comments so far. So for anybody that hasn't visited the video recently or viewed any of the comments, I would like to read some of the comments because some of them are pretty good. People giving like testimonies and stuff about what's happening to them and how until they saw this video and saw other videos on the channel, they thought they were going crazy. And I can assure you, you are not the crazy one. They are. The people that they employ to harass you are nuts. They're certifiably nuts. They're alcoholics. They're drug addicts. They are addicted to you. Get paid under the table gift cards and little appliances, and they get their sentences diminished, etc. So they need you. They want you. They love you. Well, no, they don't love you. They just want you because you are a cash cow for them. You're the cash cow. So let's scroll down here. I'm going to read some of the comments. The police will never tell that they're the ones that made the person feel psychotic. There were 6 comments about that. Right, I think it's the police. The police are always involved. I can prove it. They falsify incident reports. Oh, and fire departments. Oh, yes, and private ambulance companies. I'm looking at you, AMR, somebody says. A very good video. Rest in peace. And it's really sad that our systems are so corrupt and sadistic. Thanks to all that stand up and speak out against this. This is the most sane and succinct explanation of gang stalking with great detail I've heard on YouTube. Thank you for the video. Did they MURDER him? Somebody says, I don't know. Somebody says, possibly. Somebody says, they've been targeting me for 30 years. Sorry this is being done to you. No one should have this done to them. I've been targeted for maybe 25 plus years. Let's pray it ends and pray for each other. Another person writes something in Spanish, so let me see. I can translate it here. Translate to English. Will it be forever, people? I hope it's already over, and I always look for the authorities. Strength, people. We will all get through this. If we don't have hope and run after it, then it will never stop. I will never accept this for my life. This is the most sanest explanation. He was definitely one of the good guys. Rest in peace, Andrew. He was wise and covered all aspects of the program. Appreciate you posting his videos. God bless you. I'm sorry to hear this gentleman passed away. May Andrew rest in peace. When I was discovering this walk for myself, I came across Andrew's videos and it helped me, give me an understanding. Whoever is posting more of his content, thank you. God bless. Sad thing is, they get real criminals and drug addicts helping them. And that alone should make people question the whole thing. So on that one, there were 12 responses. And because corrupt cops are the worst criminals in the world. Lots of them. I posted a video about the Kentucky State Trooper. They get people so desperate to make money. true. It's happening to me, somebody says. We need to keep speaking out. Yes, the police are involved, paramedics, hospitals. It goes on and on. It's been happening on and off for the past 10 years. I've learned a lot. I'm basically an expert in their tactics, someone says. It's organized crime. Would you, and I ask, would you like to share information on the channel, or you can email me and have a phone conversation? And the person says, somehow they broke my hot water heater and stopped up my sink. My truck is scratched to hell and back. I'm pretty sure someone in my family's in on it with them. And if he isn't, he knows who's doing it. Can't stand him now, just for that. Pretty sure most everyone on here is a gang stalker too. My house is falling into disrepair and I'm just going to walk away from it. And that's what they want you to do. That's what they're doing to me. Keep your head up. And they're just showing you who they are and who you are. It's a reflection of themselves. Deborah writes, here in Martinsburg, West Virginia, the confidential informants give themselves away every day. Embarrassingly obvious. Thank you for your work on behalf of us TIs, Andrew. May you rest in peace on the other side. My comments were deleted. Great video. Lovely soul. Dreadful to hear his account. Rest in peace, Andrew. The world is worse off. Everything this man says is true, says another. Another person says, this is 100% correct. I've been dealing with this for 20 years. The unwritten goal is what you said. And he or she writes, I'm not suicidal. I beat that demon by the grace of God for some reason. Stay strong or collapse in his arms. Remember, love is the greatest power, and this too shall pass. Thank you for sharing a great video about the different techniques gang stalkers use. Prayers for Andrew and his family. Somebody made a small donation to Freya's Cat Rescue. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. This was 3 months ago, actually. I'm reading this. Thank God for this information. I've been going through this for over 10 years. This is so helpful. The police and firefighters are harassing me too. I really appreciated this because it is such a shock to realize how corrupt people who are supposed to be protecting you are. Was the world always this way? Lots of love to you from another TI. Another person writes, thank you for this. I do not leave the house after what happened to me. They took everything. Cut brakes, destroyed my car 3 times. I just got kicked out of the 2 doctor's offices I have had and 2 pharmacies for absolutely no reason. My animals were poisoned twice. Took surveillance from Walmart to try to get me arrested. Took everything from me. I can't even use medical insurance. They won't even take it when I was using it. Oh, I've heard that from people who are not targeted, actually. These insurance companies that you pay all this money to monthly and monthly and monthly, and then you have a deductible, and then you've got those out-of-pocket expenses and stuff, and then, you know, the reasonable and customary, and then, oh, well, it's out of network, they'll say. Or, you know, your doctor's not in the network or whatever, and ultimately, you still have to pay 100% of whatever your medical bills were while you're paying the insurance company, which is why I opted out of paying for health insurance. I don't know. It's got to be 20 years at this point. Anyway, imagine how much money I've saved or didn't save or used for other things in 20 years instead of paying for medical insurance, which most of the time, between the deductible, the out-of-pocket expenses, and the fact that they won't pay for any of your homeopathy, any, you know, well, they will pay for some chiropractic up to a certain point, but for the most part, they're not going to pay for a lot of your therapies. So it's just not worth it. Another person says, yes, I can't even use the medical insurance. They will not take it even when I was using it. I've been fighting, but even the judge laughed at me. It was disgusting. I have phone data analysis records, actual recorded conversations, body cam footage, dash cam footage. I was followed to the Bahamas and Jamaica. I mean, my meds were disappearing, a month's worth. And then this person says, these are not my words, it's the Masons in my area, and no lawyer will look at me. How do you get help when the people who are supposed to protect you are trying to delete you? They won't give me my mail, even. They do to my best friend now, too. I cannot believe the level of craziness when I have enough to put the whole state in prison for life. Actually, it's 5 states and the Masons in my area. This person says, they travel. Hey, effers, when I move, you better not be traveling to me. Besides the fact that you guys have infiltrated every city and state around the country anyway. They'll just be a whole different bunch of you guys and girls. Person goes on to say, I have filed reports for the last 6 months, but after 7 reports now, they won't take them. They told me to hang on to them. I've often thought to just delete myself, and now they cold turkey rip me off of all my meds, hormone therapy, antidepressants, and meds that I need for my health. I'm trying to keep fighting, but I'm honestly innocent. Of course you are. But I'm going to tell you flat out that these antidepressants and all these medications that you're on, that you've been ripped apart from, are going to have some very severe negative side effects if you didn't taper off of them slowly. The person goes, so my ex-boyfriend abused me in public, and people were posting bad things about him. And I got this out of it. You would never think that someone you slept with for 11 years was the one who did this. He sent me 2 texts telling me this, but Judge laughed at me. Thank you for this video. I'm so sorry to hear that. And yes, unfortunately, those are called honeypots. Or what they do is they go after the person that's close to you and they bribe them, coerce them, threaten them. Another person writes, rest in peace, Andrew. I don't know the circumstances of your passing, but it's clear what happened. I hope these 6 psychopaths pay dearly for the atrocities they commit against us TIs. I know that these police departments I know what these police departments are capable of. As I've been in this program for over a decade, I think you are the real hero. God bless you and your family. Much love. Another person writes, I've experienced these things. At this point, I've been completely isolated from any friends or family. My wife left me. So I get a new job, and after about 6 months, when they can move in new hires in, they shift around employees, and my life is made a living hell until I quit. Multiple times. I can do everything perfectly, and promotion opportunities are blocked. People laugh in my face at my frustration. I've had appliances sabotage, car, finances, and general sabotage. Been going through this for 8 years, and now now unemployed, partly by choice, partly not. If I get a job, it's a matter of time before I'm conspired against and made to look unstable. Constant reactive abuse, constant gaslighting, constant harassment. This is real. You're absolutely right, it's real. What you're describing is mostly mobbing. Another person writes, I've been dealing with this for 16 years. The crazy thing is, the most oppressed on the planet take part in this. Can you believe that? God help us. This is a spiritual war, another person writes. Excellent yet sad video. Rest in peace, Andrew. Thank you for this video. I've been dealing with violent gang stalking in Washington County, Oregon. For the past 9 months, this really helped me. It helped others and that don't believe me as well. Hi Lorraine, thank you for posting. This is one of the videos I found in the beginning of my stalking. This is very sad. Sir, thank you for much for what you're doing. God bless. Rest in peace, Andrew, and all the fallen TIs. Thank you for sharing. Enjoying the next life. You're right on point. This is going on with me since the 1990s. This is the first time I hear anybody that admits they know about this. I want to put a stop to them destroying people's lives. Well, you and I both. Another person writes, it's horrible. I'm going through this. Another person writes, people are anxious because they're afraid to lose all these material objects of their life. Never be afraid of the things that can delete the body and not the soul. Let God and let go, and all of your worries will go away. May Yeshua guide you. Another person writes, I watched his video 2 years ago. I can't believe something happened to him. He gave great anti-stalking advice. He was so kind and brave. He will be greatly missed. Another person types, I called a sheriff department to report stalking. I was stiff-armed, and the detective, quote-unquote, refused to take a report. A few months later, I'm getting SWAT raided. Totally falsified jurisdiction, which when I tested their allegations in court, they folded. That was 4 years ago. The exact same stalking I attempted to report is what I'm still experiencing. Now, I have had 2 police departments try to frame me, even with all the facts proving not only my innocence, but now I have been terrorized by law enforcement for years now. All the facts are there, but the evil tentacles of this program, quote-unquote, reach into any help, any lawyers, any social services, and any jobs. I have now been harassed like a violent T, the terrorist, by law enforcement for over 4 years. God sees what's happening. Vengeance will be measured out by him. I have no idea what it looked like in Nazi Germany, but this must be really close. Another person writes, my targeting started in the late 1990s, before the list, quote-unquote, became a thing. Yes, when the list became a thing, they started loading people on there. Another person writes, this is happening to me. It's so horrible to do to a soul. God sees what's happening and nobody helps. This is beyond evil. Another person writes, I'm being gang stalked 24/7, both here in Sweden and previously in the UK, so God help me. I noticed being followed when I was homeless 8 years ago. Been housed and isolated for 6 years now. I don't let anyone new into my life. Only 2 people come into my home other than my trusted husband and me. A decade ago, I was a social butterfly, always doing something. Always on the move, interested in new places and meeting new people. Another person writes, absolutely correct. Another person writes, this happened to me for 5 years and just stopped after I moved to Connecticut from Massachusetts. Another person writes, hey, Carlton, you might like this channel. Thank you, Alternative Homesteading, nice and clear and undramatic. Cheers from New Zealand. That's read Ephesians 6:12. Another person writes, God bless you, sir. Really good information. Very similar to what I've experienced. Thank you for posting this. And this is why we share information, because people need to be validated. This really is happening. Another person writes, this is absolute truth. This happened to me after I turned in a dirty sheriff and was very vocal. This happened in a town of 3,000 people and only let up after I moved twice. However, it took me from a career that I loved to homelessness. If I had not been a mental health professional at the time, this person was a mental health professional, I would have completely lost my mind. And I did lose my mind for a while until I remembered that no weapon formed against me will prosper, and God began to isolate me and show me their tactics. I don't know if they'll ever be held accountable. I just remember that grown men with badges and money and guns and power were terrified of a 50-year-old social worker from Oregon who refused to be silenced. I only speak when God tells me to now. But the truth is, I am forever changed for the terrorist tactics of the Leos, and grossly dirty DA in a tiny town in Oregon. The fact that people still say organized stalking doesn't exist is clear proof it's the devil's tactic. I lost my whole family, my home, everything. They use the newspaper to spread slander. Even if you're going through it, stop what you're doing. Get to a place where exposed as you feel, because you are targeted, because the devil hates you, and that means you're called on by God. Father God has your back. If a door opens, go through it. When it closes, it's him. Know that. Another person writes, love you, sister. Another person writes, my business collapsed because of the time and money I spent on replacing customers, supplies, and tools. Employees constantly breaking things, stealing things, wasting chemicals, or selling my things, wrecking vehicles while being made to believe it was just a streak of bad luck and bad employees. The business was being sabotaged. It's now gone. So is my wife after 25 years, because the additional madness that resulted over the past 3 years. And now they're after everything left that I have financially. After that, when there's nothing left, I assume I'll be locked up in a hospital or jail if I'm not being buried by my mom and 2 kids that still love me and care about me, even though there is nothing they can do to stop it. Another person writes, I got targeted in 1995. Found out one of my friends since 6 years old was the main participant. So more than likely, one of your friends is part of it. Might smile a lot and touch you on the shoulder. Yeah, I know a couple of people like that I absolutely believe were part of it. Another person writes, I fight my gang stalkers with prayer to God. I read certain psalms in the Bible to protect and ask God to seek vengeance on your enemies, and read revelations in the Bible praying for Jesus to deal with the devil's children with his sword. I pray against my enemies, and certain psalms in the Bible are just for this. I pray to God to send all the negative energy that these people do to me in the physical world and spiritual world right back to them times 10. Another person writes, what a coin tell incidence. My steering wheel has a cut on it. They put innocent peoples on this list. Conservatives, it's pure evil. This is happening to me since last year. Then this March, I was drugged out cold under ketamine that was placed in my coffee. Has God showed me violently sexual? I can't really say that. Over 36 hours, ended up in a hospital. Who didn't treat me like a victim, though? I had a black eye and bruises all over my throat and mouth and cheeks. I've lost all of my family and friends, and now I'm in isolation and nobody will take me seriously. This is just absolutely horrendous. It's my impression that this happened to me, including a felony level theft in the San Luis Valley. Shared the information with the Attorney General and never heard back. Another person says, same thing happening to me in the UK. People don't want to believe this is possible, or they're in denial. Denial is don't even know I am a liar. I had a male friend tell me, why would they put that much energy into harassing you? That's just crazy. I kicked him out of my van for that remark. Another person writes, they constantly ruined my Jeeps. They take away opportunities that help the victim to survive. I guess I'd be paranoid too if I was stealing trillions of dollars. Absolutely right about that. Thank you for posting this. I'm starting to grasp this a bit better than I did. It just seems pretty well organized. Like my life is essentially being funneled in a specific direction, and they're daring me to respond through force or violence while they push the envelope mentally. Could you explain some potential behavior a family member might exhibit if they are in fact involved? I know who the main ones are because they have followed us from city to city, but I want to know how. I want to know how someone close to me might act as if he or she knows that it's happening. Appreciate any reply you provide in advance. And we've got like 4 replies here. One person says, I was almost deleted at a party. They knocked me out from behind, and I hear they smashed me with sticks and rocks. 12 hours of facial reconstruction surgery. New York City, New York State troopers took the report. Called a month later. They, quote unquote, had no record of this. I should be deleted many times over, yet I'm still here. God, please guide me. Wish I could get a civil rights lawyer to take up suing them, but I don't know where to start. I hear you. Then our beloved Michael Miller says, they spread rumors about me at the gym, but I share my YouTube page with the front desk staff, LOL. Let's see what else. The battery thing they used to do to my boyfriend's truck all the time when he was alive, and he would get new batteries and everything, and it would just keep happening. Someone else says, I'm a victim of this now. I was ripped off. I was tipped off. And I kept having flat tires constantly, and they coordinated a car accident to make it look like it was my fault. They called my job, and I'm a mother of 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. What they do is what the Stasis did. They do it and then they stop. Once they have the person believing that everything is because of them. Well, I guess it's never going to stop for me because I don't believe for 1 minute it has anything to do with me. No, it doesn't have anything to do with you either, except that you have the light, you've got a personality, you're successful, you're joyful, and they hate that shit. They don't like that stuff. They want to take that away from you. The evil, evil, evil. You want to know how evil they are? Okay. So I've got an outbuilding right behind my house here where my chickens hang out. It's got all kinds of straw in there and stuff for the birds to hang out on. They're hanging out there forever and ever and ever. Now, suddenly, there is a pungent smell in there. And it smells like urine, but it doesn't smell like cat urine. It actually smells like multiple humans urinated in there. And it's actually disgusting. And then, you know, I sprinkle stuff over their essential oils and stuff, and it's still there. It got better yesterday. And now, overnight, it got worse again. And then I see the Freemason symbols there. Right there on the wood that was not there previously. So yeah, I would venture to say that a bunch of losers came onto my property and urinated there. Losers, Carmageddon's on its way to you. You're all being exposed. And may God take away your little weenies. May they all fall off. Boop. Just like that. They're all going to fall off. And you bun babes, yours are going to fall off too. Because you know you got the fake ones there. Yeah, all you little bun babes. Yeah. And what about that guy hanging out in back of my house during the explosion early Sunday morning at 12:04 a.m.? What about that one? What about that one, guys? So anyway, one last one says, I'm from Brazil. I agree with everything said. Number, gender, degree. Your only weapon against this stuff is prayer, and you have to detangle yourself from the things of the world, because at this point, just about everything is compromised. So anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, and basically what I've been reading is subscriber comments to like a very popular video. Well, it's become popular. It's the Andrew Boswell Gang Stalking Tactics of Targeted Individuals. Police are complicit in harassment. Andrew Boswell, 2019. I posted it 3 months ago. It's actually got 10,000 views, which is amazing, and 482 comments. So I basically read many of the comments that you may or may not have had an opportunity to read. Leave a comment down below if you've viewed this video. I'm going to show it to you right here. I apologize for the light here. It's very, very bright outside, light in here. It's this one here. Okay, rest in peace, Andrew. We're not forgetting you. We're not forgetting your hard work either. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, get the message out there, and share, share, share.